Dak Prescott's a good quarterback.
He's a damn good quarterback in the regular season. He's a damn good quarterback in the regular season.
We're talking about where they will finish in the NFC East.
I can't do anything about the postseason right now.
I got you.
I'm just focused on the regular season.
This is the Cowboys. How the hell this happened? You got a Monday night game in week 9, a bye week in week 10, and then another Monday night game in week 11. What the hell is that about?
They're America's team.
They're America's team, Steve.
America.
Because you know what they know? They know even at that point of the season, if the Cowboys feel to us like they will not be a playoff contender, you're going to talk about them on Tuesday morning after that Monday night game.
How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. And like I stated at the beginning of this video, Cowboys Nation, there's a method to the madness. Now, if you've been following the Angry Cowboys fan YouTube channel and saw my last video, you already know where I'm going with this video, Cowboys Nation. For those that didn't, I'll put the link to the video in the description. You can go ahead and check it out after this video and see what I'm talking about. So, Cowboys Nation, in that video I'm speaking about, I spoke about how the crew of First Take covers teams that they like in a much different light. The teams that Stephen A. Smith doesn't like, they get covered in such a negative light that it almost becomes prejudicial, Cowboys Nation. Stephen A. was so soft-spoken. He was so sincere when it came to his Pittsburgh Steelers. My heart was bleeding for him, Cowboys Nation. The entire crew was thinking of ways that the team could get better and where their faults lied, Cowboys Nation. I almost shed a tear for him. They were consoling Stephen A. like he had just lost his puppy or something. Then, during that same First Take show, they pivot all the way around and start speaking about our Dallas Cowboys. So y'all know what I had to do. I had to take the 3 clips for y'all so I could show y'all the blatant hypocrisy when it comes to covering our Dallas Cowboys. How babyface and heels are being used in everyday broadcasting when it comes to sports analysis. After this clip, y'all know what we're going to do, though. We're gonna come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, let's take a listen to the first clip from First Take.
When Dak Prescott plays 17 games, you can almost book the Cowboys for a minimum 9 wins.
Yeah.
9 wins. And that's just, you can give me the scur on your face and all that. But when Dak Prescott plays, he usually wins in the regular season. Book him for at minimum 9 games. Okay, 9 games. Now, they have other factors to worry about. They need to run the ball better. They got to stop the run. But I think the Cowboys are closer to the Commanders than they are to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
I think that's where, when we look at the Cowboys, look at them against the Washington Commanders.
So what you're saying is they'll be battling for second place within the division.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say third. I say not second. I say third. Because
so they're New York Giant-ish to you?
Well,
So are you saying they're closer to the Giants than the Commanders?
no. What I'm saying is they come in the third place in the NFC East. All right, and as a result, I mean, are y'all pulling?
Are you putting any respect on Dak Prescott's name?
I was getting ready to ask that. I was going to there next.
Damian Woody said that when Dak Prescott plays, you can book the Dallas Cowboys for a minimum of 9 games. And I feel that he's not wrong in that assessment, Cowboys Nation. I honestly feel Dak Prescott has been a part of the solution for the Dallas Cowboys and not a part of the problem. Sure, he throws interceptions. Sure, he shrinks in the moments in the playoff games, but let's not act like he's the only one to shrink in those moments, Cowboys Nation. Let's not act if he's the only problem on this team and that he hasn't displayed a will and a desire to win, because he has. I trust Dak Prescott to play great football. I trust CeeDee Lamb to play great football and continue that connection with him and Dak Prescott. Remember, 4 is back, Cowboys Nation. One thing that Damian Woody spoke about was having a run game to complement the pass game. The brother, your guy Nix, over on X, posted a great graphic about Dak Prescott that I'll go over during the Raw and Uncut portion. So make sure you stick around for that. But in the second clip that I got for you, Stephen A. tried to continue to sow the seed of doubt that Shady McCoy sowed on the facility. Is Dak Prescott the most respected player on the Dallas Cowboys? So let's go ahead and take a listen so we can come back and talk about it. Roll the clip.
I want to ask you, RC, I want to make sure I'm clear. You sure you got that right? Where Dak Prescott's the most respected Cowboy? I mean, do people respect the dude that you know ain't gonna show up after January? I mean, I'm just asking. You said it. You said it. I'm just taking your words. I'm just taking your words as a fair question. I think it's a very, very fair question.
You're twisting my words now.
I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question.
Yes. The way that Dak Prescott leads, the way that Dak Prescott approaches his job, the man that he is walking in and out of that stadium every day, absolutely, he's the most respected Dallas Cowboy. And you act like Dak Prescott has never produced in his career.
I think
this is a guy that finished second in MVP voting 2 years ago.
Fabulous regular season quarterback. I think he's a fabulous regular season quarterback. That's what I think of him.
So there's no team failure in the playoffs.
I think that he's a fabulous regular season quarterback who does an outstanding job of making sure that he gets paid.
Word. For real, Stephen A. Smith. Here we go again, questioning if this man is respected by his organization and his teammates, trying to sow doubt in our locker room, Cowboys Nation. Even if he's not the most respected man in the locker room, what does that have to do with our Cowboys getting better? Where was the compassion you had in your voice when it came to the fact of the Pittsburgh Steelers having no quarterback whatsoever? Then, when Ryan Clark and Damian Woody shut him down on his take, he goes into the take that every person who tries to take credit from Dak Prescott goes straight to his pockets. Oh, you're not going to want to miss this Raw and Uncut, Cowboys Nation. Make sure you go ahead and stick around for it. But let's go ahead and get into the third clip. In the third clip, Stephen A. Smith gets educated on trying to sow doubt when it comes to Brian Schottenheimer being the head coach for the Dallas Cowboys. So let's go ahead and take a listen so we can come back and unpack this Raw and Uncut.
Just educate me because I rely. See, I'm brilliant because I know I'm not. I listen to those who are. Y'all played, y'all won, I did it. I got to ask y'all a question. If you're an offensive coordinator, but you ain't calling plays, what exactly is it that you do?
So
wait.
You help. First of all, you help with the game plan. You help with the game plan. I will say this.
Okay.
Now, when I played with the Jets, Brian Schottenheimer was my offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Oh.
We were very successful during that time.
Yes, they were.
So, yeah.
You said the Jets were successful.
Yeah.
Two AFC
championship games. He was the offensive coordinator.
I understand that, but I recall that's Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
That's Mark Sanchez.
That was right. Now he has Dak Prescott. Now he has Dak
Was the
Prescott.
offense anything to write home about when Mark Sanchez was the quarterback?
They were physical and they could run the ball.
Now he has Dak Prescott.
Championship game.
Now he has Dak Prescott.
The New York Jets were physical and they could run the ball. And they made it to an AFC championship. 2 AFC championships to be exact. But without further ado, y'all ready for this Raw and Uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Cowboys Nation, people who hate on either Dak Prescott or our Dallas Cowboys will go to any lengths to discredit this organization. They'll pull out any tricks that they can from their busted ass hat only to get shut down by the facts of the matter. Let's keep it a buck. You cannot be ranked and compared to the best quarterbacks in the league and absolutely suck. It just doesn't work that way, Cowboys Nation. Just like winning big games doesn't come down to just one player. And I spoke about that graphic that the homie Your Guy Knicks posted over on X. So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. All right, Cowboys Nation, here is a picture of the post from Your Guy Knicks. If you're not following Your Guy Knicks, go ahead and follow him on X. He is a wonderful Cowboys content creator, but here he is reposting something from Terrence Parsons Jr., Micah Parsons' brother. He says, there has never been a quarterback on any level of football competition, Pop Warner or up, that suffered from a good running game. It's pretty simple. And then Terrence Parson in the original post says, it's almost like you can't make it up. Dak thrives in a balanced offense. Balanced offenses help your defense. Ball control wins games. Cowboys Nation, this is a no-brainer. When the offense has complementary rushing attack, Dak Prescott is damn near perfect. 53-7, that's nothing to sneeze at. The thing is, I don't give a damn what the Dallas Cowboys have had in the past. I don't care what they've had in the past that's not 2025. I don't care if they've had Zeke Elliott and he was a 3-time rushing champ. I don't care about that. What I care about is 2025. I want the Dallas Cowboys to consistently have that level of rushing attack no matter who is at the quarterback position. I want the Dallas Cowboys to have a legitimate front on both sides of the ball. I want them to have dogs at the wide receiver spots. Honestly, I want the Dallas Cowboys to have the damn monsters when they step out on the field each and every week, and it shouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for me to get that. I believe in getting more dogs before I believe in one person being the sole reason why the Dallas Cowboys win in the playoffs. Let's keep it a buck, Cowboys Nation. One of the many things that I like about Ryan Clark and Damian Woody's rebuttal is that they stated facts to combat Stephen A. Smith's feelings. Remember, Cowboys Nation, it's facts over feelings over here. But Dak Prescott is a great regular season quarterback, but every player who has played the game or a fan that has watched the game should know that what got you to the playoffs is not what's going to make you win in the playoffs. For example, the Philadelphia Eagles were not a pass-heavy team during the regular season. They ran the ball hard and effective to get them to the postseason. In the postseason, teams tried to take away what they did best, and they had another thing coming for them. They had another way of beating them. Jalen Hurts. What talking heads and some Cowboys fans expect is for Dak Prescott to lead this team to win in the regular season and win in the postseason, not knowing that this approach makes it easy for defensive coordinators to beat you. If Dak and CD are the cogs that makes this offense work, take them out of the equation. Take away the pass and make them beat us with the run. I love the homie Rico Dowdle, but do you think Mike McCarthy would have been able to out-scheme a defensive coordinator without being able to feed CeeDee Lamb and air the ball out? No, they wouldn't have. Especially in the playoffs, Cowboys Nation. This is why we don't get far in the playoffs, because when they take away our pass game, we have nothing to combat it with because we rely so heavily on the pass game to win, whether it's the regular season or the playoffs. We rely so heavily on Dak Prescott to raise everybody's level of play. We expect Dak Prescott to throw all the receivers open. We expect him to use his legs to extend plays. It's been a while where the team could just sit back and rely on the run game and the scheme surrounding it in order to win the playoff games. It's all on Dak Prescott. But let's not act like the Dallas Cowboys relied solely on Troy Aikman to win playoff games. He had a man lined up behind him where he could just hand the ball off and watch him work. The Dallas Cowboys didn't have that since Zeke Elliott got paid and started regressing after he came back from Cabo. When teams would come in to stop Emmitt Smith in the 90s, Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin stepped in to help the offense move the ball down the field and score the football. I mean, I'm not saying that Troy Aikman wasn't a great quarterback, because he was, but he wasn't Tom Brady. He wasn't Patrick Mahomes. He was Troy freaking Aikman, and he capitalized on the opportunities that were given to him when the defense sold out on the run. This is exactly how the Philadelphia Eagles won the past Super Bowl. They allowed Saquon Barkley to run them to the playoffs, and when they got to the playoffs, defensive coordinators were scared to death to get gashed by Saquon Barkley, and they continuously loaded the box. Loading the box allowed Jalen Hurts to use his legs and make the necessary passes to secure a dominant win. Oh yeah, let's not forget, they had a dominant defense as well. But point blank, the Philadelphia Eagles team last year wasn't just good enough to probably win like the 2021, 2022, and 2023 Dallas Cowboys teams were. In some of Cowboys Nation's mind, they ignored the lack of rushing attack that we had, the lack of run game we had, the lack of weaponry that we had at the wide receiver and running back position those years, the lack of creativity, deception, elusiveness, and modernization in Mike McCarthy's scheme. Cowboys needing things to fall our way and not just being able to go in there and take what's ours like the Philadelphia Eagles did last year. We needed things to go this way or go that way. We needed the refs to call the games for us. We needed Deron Bland to get pick sixes. We needed to be the first on the scoreboard. We needed to start every game out fast and furious, even though we never did. We needed to stop teams from scoring in the third quarter, even though we couldn't. My point being is that I'm sick and tired of being just good enough to do something. I want to be the bullies out there, Cowboys Nation. I want to be the bully taking everybody's lunch money in the NFL. What is wrong with that? Then, when Stephen A's Dak bashing ran stale, he tried piling on Brian Schottenheimer. Damian Woody shut that shit down real quick, Cowboys Nation. Stephen A must not have done his research because Damian Woody refreshed his memory on Brian Schottenheimer taking the New York Jets offense to 2 AFC championships. Then Stephen A said that Brian Schottenheimer had Mark Sanchez, and that really helped RC and Damian Woody's argument out. Dak Prescott is 10 times better than Mark Sanchez. If Brian Schottenheimer can replicate the magic that happened for the New York Jets when he was there, I feel our Dallas Cowboys will be sitting pretty this coming postseason or postseasons to come under Schotty's tenure. And the method to the madness is that these talking heads only do this to entertain and to not inform. All these sports debate shows are pretty much like Maury or Jerry Springer. Don't tune in thinking that you're about to learn something from these shows because you're not. Don't expect these talking heads to tell you the difference between 11 and 22 personnel because it's not going to happen. They'll tell you how much a person makes, though. They'll tell you how bad they think a player is. They'll tell you how bad they think a team will do during the season, but they won't break down how a team can rise from the ashes to potentially win a big game. Unless it's their team. Unless it's a team they like. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Cowboys Nation, I couldn't believe this segment came from the exact same show that I got the Pittsburgh Steelers clips from. Do y'all see the difference in commentary? Do you see how the narrative gets created and ran with these talking heads? Y'all know how we do it. We always talk about it in the comment section. But if you're digging this content and want to help the Angry Cowboys fan reach its goal of 10,000 subscribers, and we are only 150-something away, Cowboys Nation, drop a like on this video and please share it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan. If you are DC for life and rock with the classy Cowboys content creators through social media, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdown, or Madden 25 or College Football 25 gameplay. And Cowboys Nation, I want to thank you for the prayers and the well wishes for my brother Rick. Honestly, this is probably the hardest thing that I've had to deal with, so I can only imagine what my brother is going through. Rick, I want you to know that I love you and that I am here for you no matter what. Even when I have to go back home, I'm only a phone call away. You are my big brother, you are my role model, and my best friend. When you get out of that rehab, it will be the first day of the rest of your life. Make sure you capitalize on it, and I'll be there to help you every step of the way. And Cowboys Nation, I got to go up to the hospital to visit Rick, depending on when I get home. Depending on when I get back to Rick's house and get in front of the camera and the computer, I may go live just so that we can build as Dallas Cowboys fans. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, and I'm out.
Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.